Hi, today we will write a script that will automatically detect failed login attempts to Linux machine using a simple bash script. So if you are new to IT, especially if you work in cybersecurity, this is one of the tasks that you would be working on a regular basis, because part of the job is to find out if there is an attempt to log into a system and if the attempt was successful. So there are two parts to this very tutorial. One of them, we are going to write the script and run it manually. After that, in the next video, we are going to write a quick cron job in order for the script to run automatically based on our specifications. So I'm going to show you a sample of what we are going to do. When I execute this script, you will find that we are able to find a failed login. So there are several of them. But the issue with this is that we have to run it manually all the time in order to find these outputs. So that's why we are going to do this in such a way that we can automate it to run this automatically. So now let us start. Please, before we continue, may I ask you to subscribe to my channel? I will appreciate that. Thank you. The first thing I'm going to do is to create a file where we are going to write our script. The file, let me call it login attempt.sh. Now let me open this file using my favorite editor, which is Vim. You can use whatever editor you've got. The first thing that we need to do here is to write the shebang. So this makes it possible for the file, this kind of dictate the kind of file this is in order to make it executable. Now let us start by using user bin zgrep. And we are going to have some flags here, and I'm going to tell you what each of these flags do, or what each of them does. Now let us write what we are searching for, which is failed attempt or failed password, in a file called or in a folder called var.log, then auth.log. This is where login attempts are logged in Linux. So you have to get into this very folder or directory. There you find this file. So each and every attempt to log into the system is logged here. That's why we have it this way. And our script has actually finished. So like I said earlier, I was going to tell you what these things do. So this first one kind of converts the binary file, because normally the file is kind of, for security reasons, is usually in binary form. So this flag makes it kind of display it in a text format. You have this flag -h. So what it does is that it kind of hides the file name, and then in order to present the output in a more readable way. After that, we have the last flag, which kind of shows the line numbers in order to make it easier for us to detect at what line we are, to detect the line of each output. Now let us go on and save this. That's how short our script is. The next thing that we need to do is to run our script. So we called it login attempt.sh. Now it says permission is denied, which is a very interesting topic in Linux and which we are going to discuss later. Or actually, I have a tutorial in the description of this video which you can learn more about permission denied error and how you can fix it. So what we need to do here is, let me show you why we got this error message. As you can see, the user has no execution right to this very file. Here you can see the user can read and write to this very file, but is unable to execute it. So for this user to run this file, you need to give it the execute command or right in order to be able to do that. And to do it is actually very simple. You use the chmod command plus X, then the name of the file. Now let us check it again. You can see that now it has execute permission, the execute right, which means that this user it will be able to run this file now. So let us try it again. Now we have run it again and we have gotten our output. Here you can see failed attempts. Let me run it again. Basically, you just find the attempts to log into this very system. So if you work in a security environment, this is how you try to investigate if there has been an attempt to hack into the system, for example. From here, you take it from here and then start your investigation. The only problem with this, what we did now is that we always have to run this manually in order to see the output. But there is an easier way, which is to write a cron job. A cron job makes it possible for this script to run it by itself automatically, depending on the time or the time we specify. So in the next tutorial, we are going to create a cron job which we can use to run this very script as we wish. So watch the next video in order to see that. Can I ask you please to subscribe to my channel, to like and share? Thank you.